Hey everyone, this is Sultan with WPFunnels. In the last video, I gave you a walkthrough of the basic WPFunnels plugin as in the free version. However, if you really want to get your campaign successful, WPFunnels Pro is the way because you will get all the advanced features to increase sales and conversions such as one-click upsells, A/B testing, custom checkout page, and detailed analytics of the funnel, and many more. So in this video, I'm going to give you a walkthrough of all these pro features so that you can understand what you need to make your campaign successful and use WPFunnels Pro more easily. So let's dive in. So I'm on the dashboard of WPFunnels and I have activated the Pro plugin. So now I will have access to all the Pro features. On the dashboard, you get all the analytics overall of what you get through your funnel, right? So as you can see on the right side, now I can also get the analytics for upsell and downsell revenue, which was a Pro feature. In the previous video, this was not there. Okay. Other than that, we have more Pro features, which I'm excited to show you. Let's go to funnels. Here you can see you now have the option to export and import your funnels. So whenever you're creating a funnel, if you are willing to use a staging site to build your funnel and then push those things to live, you can do that in this way. You can create the funnel in your staging site, export it, and then in your live site you import those funnel, and then all you have to do is assign the products and your funnels will be ready. So that's the feature you get over here with the Pro plugin. Next comes the templates. Remember, I showed you that whenever you import a template, you get up to 3 steps: the landing page, the checkout page, and the thank you page. With the Pro plugin, you get more steps. Let me show you. You click on add new step, and here you can see that these are the premium templates, right? Now for each of these templates, you can see if I preview this should have all of these steps. And in the Pro plugin, when you import the templates, all of these steps will be imported. And some of our templates have conditional journeys created. One journey goes to upsell and it has its own dedicated thank you. The other journey goes to downsell and it has its own thank you page. So you'll get all of that with the Pro plugin. So let's go ahead and import a template. So let's say I'm going to import this template. Okay. Let's click on import and it will import all the steps. And there you go. You can see now we have all the steps imported. We have a landing page, we have a checkout page, upsell, a downsell, and thank you for each of those journeys, right? So the first thing you do before you start using your funnel or customizing anything is assign the product. So you need to assign the main product that you want to offer or promote in your landing page that people will pay for in the checkout before taking them to the rest of the journey. To do that, go to checkout and click on this icon. And here, click on add products and search for the product you want to sell. So let's say I want to sell this microphone, all right? And this is something I want to offer in the landing page, and I'm going to add a 50% discount to this. And after discount, this is priced as $75, okay? So I'll just save this and go back. So now you can see there is no red color mark that says no product added. You have to do the same for upsell and downsell. Both of those require you to assign the products. So once you have the funnel journey plan, the best thing to do is to assign the products first before you go for customizations to remove any confusion. So let's click on this icon for upsell. And again, click on add product and search for the product I want to offer in upsell. So let's say in upsell, I want to offer an upgraded version of the microphone, the version 2 over here. Okay. And you can see that this has been added. So now whenever someone will go through checkout and he'll be offered an upsell, this is what they're gonna be paying for, right? Now here you can see for upsell, you have the option to assign a discount. So let's say I'm gonna assign a huge discount for this as well. Okay, and after discount, it's priced at about $100. So this one will be my upsell offer. Now in the upsell, we also have a few more features with the Pro plugin. First, there's the enable time-bound discount. So when you enable this will allow you to set up a time limit between which this discount will be available. So let's say you are offering upsells in your funnel, but you want to offer this discount between a fixed time interval. So you can set those dates here, and during those intervals, this discount will be applied. After that, this discount will be stripped off. So that's why you can use this specific option, time-bound discount, okay? And the other important feature that you want is to use the enable replace setting. So sometimes when you are offering an upgrade of what they purchase in the landing, you want people to be only paying for the one they're upgraded to and not the one in the checkout, right? So here I've done the same thing. I'm offering a microphone initially, And then when they go to the upsell, they have the option to take the upgraded version. Now, do you expect people to pay for both of them? No. What they can do is they can rather just pay for the upgraded one. At that time, you can choose the replace option. So let's say if I enable this, I get more settings over here for replace settings. Okay, you can see replace main order including order bump, replace main order excluding order bump, and replace all prior orders. So what these options mean is that, if you choose the first one, this will replace anything that people paid for in the checkout, including order bumps, right? If they choose the second one, it will only be replacing the main product, which is the microphone. So why the order bump is in question? You might want to, offer an add-on in the checkout with order bump, but you don't want this one to replace the add-on. You still want the customer to pay for the add-on, right? So this one will just replace the main product if you choose the one in the middle. And replace all prior orders is basically if you have multiple upsells and, in the last upsell, you're offering a package where it includes everything they paid for earlier. So at that time, you want to use this one so that all the previous orders are refunded and only this one is the one that the customer is going to pay for. So that's the idea of using the replace settings. So here, since I want an upgraded microphone to be offered in upsell, I'll choose the second option, replace main order excluding order bump, because I still want to offer an order bump as an add-on over here. Okay, so I'll just save changes. There you go. And I'll go back. Now, similar to upsell, you do the same with downsell. Basically, these two steps are identical, just that the downsell is there to help you use this journey tactically. All right. So in the downsell, again, you go to that settings and you add a product. So this time I'm just going to add a different product. So let's say a shock mount. Okay. And that's something I want to offer along with the main product they offer. So I'm going to give a percentage discount of 30%. Which is going to keep the price at about $34.99. And let's just not use the rest of the options for downsell. All right. But you can see that this has all the other features that you just saw in the upsell step. Both of them are just identical. Okay. Now let's go back to the canvas. Now you can see I've done the first step, which is assigning the product. Now let's talk about all the other pro features you get over here. First, on the canvas, you have the option to view stats. If you click on this, it's going to give you a quick view of how many visits you got on each step and how many of them converted into the next step. So this is going to help you understand the performance of the funnel even without looking at the detailed analytics. All right. Other than that, if you look at these three dots, now you have the option to use webhooks to send data to external tools or use integrations. So integrations is an add-on you get with the WPFunnels medium or large plan. This will allow you to connect one of your external tools to WPFunnels so that after sale is made or a lead is collected, the data is sent out into that tool directly. So you can create direct integrations with WPFunnels and the external tools. Okay, so those are the two things you also get with the Pro plugin. You also have the option to view analytics, but I'll show that to you in a bit later. All right. You also have the option to go to settings and configure UTMs for every step or track events using Pixel or GTM. These are things you need to configure in the settings of the plugin first before you can use them here. And you also have the option to skip upsell and downsell for recurring buyers. Sometimes you don't want to sell the same product to the customer twice, right? So you can skip the upsell and downsell for those customers when they enter the funnel again. Okay. So that's just about it with the settings. Now on the canvas, the next big feature I want to show you is the option to edit the checkout fields. So if I click on this icon, you'll see that here now you have the option to click edit fields. If you go there, you'll see you have the option to configure what fields should be there in the checkout page and what new fields you want to add or what fields you want to remove. Okay. You see, for certain products, you do not need all of these fields. For example, if you're selling downloadable products, you really don't need these address fields. You can quickly just disable them, and this will no longer be available on the checkout form when they go to the checkout page. Okay, and other than that, you can also add a new field by clicking on add field in case you want to collect some custom data. This data will be stored in the order details, and if you are sending data to an external tool through integrations, you can also send out this particular field's data over there. Okay. And if I scroll down, you can see you also have the option to change a lot of other things, such as the button text of the order button. You can change the text of the headers of each section of the checkout form. You have all of these controls right here within WPFunnels. You do not need an external checkout field editor, right? However, WPFunnels does come with an add-on called Checkoutify, which allows you to customize the whole checkout page in a different way. It allows you to change the design, change the field, organize everything in a drag and drop environment. I will drop a link in the description for Checkoutify so that you can check it out, and I'll also add it to the YouTube cards for you to view a video that shows how Checkoutify works. Okay. Next, let's look at order bumps. If you remember in the last video, I showed you that I can add one order bump. All right. And after that, it shows that the limit is crossed, right? So let's go ahead and add one order bump. So here, let's say I'm gonna offer a pop filter as order bump, okay? And I'm just gonna leave it at that and just save changes, and let's go back. And you can see that this order bump has been added, but there is no message saying that the limit is crossed. Now I can add more order bumps if I want to. So the Pro plugin allows you to offer multiple order bumps in the checkout. But we recommend not to offer more than 3 order bumps in a checkout page because that's distracting. You do not want your customer to be thinking about what I want to invest in while they're on the checkout page. You want them to pay first as soon as possible. So if you want to offer additional add-ons, add at max 3, or if possible, just use 1. Those are the best ways to avoid distracting the customers. Okay, so that's just about the order bump. Let's go back. Now in the canvas, okay, you can see that there is this conditional journey. If I click on this, it will let me configure the conditional journey. Let's take a look. Here you can see that now the condition is set to order bump is accepted, which means the order bump that I just set in the checkout page, if someone accepts that offer, it will go to the journey where the condition is true. You can see it's set to the upsell step, which is here. You can see in the blurry background that is going to the step evolve, right? And if the condition is false, it's going to go to the downsell step. Here again, you can see in the canvas, it's going to the journey below, which is the downsell journey. So this is the condition that is configured. So now let's reverse the condition, okay? Let's say right now it said that when order bump is accepted, someone is going to go to the upsell. But no, what I want is if someone does not accept the order bump, only then he will be taken to the upsell step. But if someone accepts the order bump, I'll just rather take him to the downsell to get another add-on. Okay, so I'll just save this. The logic behind my decision here is that, if someone doesn't want the add-on in the checkout, there's a less chance that he's going to go for another add-on in the upsell. All right. So at that time, it's better to offer him an upgraded version of the same product. But if someone has accepted an add-on in the checkout, which this means that this person is concerned about the additional things they need with the particular product you're selling. So offering another relevant add-on as a downsell is a good way to go. All right, let's go back to the canvas. So those are some of the best features you get on the canvas. All right, let's talk about the next big feature, and this is basically one of the best features we have is A/B testing. So for each of this step, you can see there's this icon called A/B. If you click on this, it's going to open up this window for each step. You can do A/B testing for every step. Okay, now once you have this view, you can click on plus and then choose to duplicate the step. It's going to create an exact copy of the step you had, or you can import a template, a completely different design for the same page, right? So let's just click on duplicate, and you can see this just created a variant of the same page. Now you can edit this, make some changes so that you can do your A/B testing, and then go ahead and run your A/B testing. Now I have a video where I have explained in detail on how you can use A/B testing in WPFunnels. I'm going to link that in the description below, and I'm going to add it to the YouTube cards so that you can go ahead and look at that and start using it right away. I'm telling you, this is one of the best A/B testing tool you will get within WordPress. Okay. Now, once you have the variants ready, you have to go to traffic distribution and then, distribute the traffic. Click on this to equally distribute the traffic in both the steps. Or if I want, I can make it different. I can just choose 90% there. Okay. And you can see that now this is turned 10%. What this means is that for every 10 people that comes in, one of them will go to the second variant. But then again, this is not consistent as this is based on traffic weight. It may vary depending on how many traffic is entering your site. All right. But once you're ready with your A/B testing, you can click on this one for the A/B testing to start. And then you have more controls there to, pause it or, choose a winner and everything else. And you also have a report to see the performance of A/B testing. So I really suggest you to watch the video that I'm going to link to so that, you can, go ahead and see how this works. And I'm sure you'll be excited to use this. Now, the best thing about this is that you can use A/B testing for all the steps separately. All right. And there is no limit on how many variants you want to test. So that's something you get with WPFunnels Pro. And whenever you're launching a campaign, it's always best practice to do some A/B testing early on so that you can get the best results out of your investment. Okay. Next, let us look at customizing the pages. Previously I showed you can customize the landing page, the checkout page, the thank you pages, right? Similarly, you can also edit your upsell and downsell page. So let's go ahead and click on edit for the upsell page. And there you go. You can see that this has brought up the edit mode of the upsell page. Okay. So here you can make some changes. So let's say that's what I'm offering in the upsell. Okay. And let's go back to the canvas for a bit by switching the tab, and let's see what was the price after discount. You can see after the discount, the price was about $100 and the initial price was $199.99. So in the upsell page, these prices are not dynamic. So you have to manually edit this. So I'll just choose $100 over here instead of $199.99. All right. But we do have the option to view the pricing of the product dynamically when you're using our Global Funnels plugin. All right. Now that's a different story. That's a different scenario. We will show you how to do that in a separate video. I'll keep that in the description as well. All right. But this is something you input manually. All right. Now, just like any other steps we have in WPFunnels, for the upsell and downsell, they also have dedicated widget. All right. So in the widget area, if you click on plus, all right, click on add element, that is. If you scroll at the very bottom, you can see that there's this option called offer button. So this is the widget you need to use on your upsell page for people to accept or reject the offer. Now on this page, I have used this widget twice. The first one is this button. If I edit this, you can see on the left, it says offer button. And you can see this is set to accept the offer right over here. So if someone clicks on this, people can accept the offer. You can customize this button over here. Here's the text and the style you get through Elementor, right? I've used this button a second time, which is just beside it. You can see this one. This looks like a text. I've designed it to look like a text, but this is actually a button, right? If I edit this on the left side, you can see that this is the offer button again, but I have selected the button action to be reject. So that's something that you need to do. In the upsell page, you need to offer an option to accept the offer and reject the offer as well. And make sure the one which you're setting to reject, you're setting this button action to reject as well. All right. Or else, once I made a mistake where I placed both of these buttons, but I forgot to change this. At that time, what happened? Customer was clicking on reject, but he was still being charged. Now that was a huge problem, and I'm sure you don't want that. So make sure when you're using this widget, you set this up correctly. The accept button should say accept over here, and for the rejection, it should say reject over here. Okay. And once you're satisfied with your page, you can just click on publish, and the page will be saved. Now I can also do one thing is I can change the image so that when I test this, it makes it more easy, right? So let's look at the image. There you go. And let's select this, and there you go. So this is the product I'm selling as an upsell. Obviously the colors could do much better, if I could match it, and I could write better copies. Right now there is just dummy text. Obviously you have to write good copy over here to convince the customer, but for now let me leave it at that just to show you how it works. Again, I'll click on publish, and now let's go back to the canvas. Okay. Now I can do the same with the downsell step. I can click on edit, and it will open in the edit mode. And now let's configure this for the product I offered in the downsell. Let's go to the canvas for a second and let us look at what I offered there. I've offered a shock mount, and I've given a 30% discount, and it's going to be priced at $34.99 instead of $49.99. So let's go to the page and let's change the price. It's $34.99 instead of $49.99. And okay, and let's just change the image to an actual shock mount. There you go. And that's just about it. All right, so I've set this up. Let's keep it at that, and let's just publish. Again, remember that for upsell and downsell, you have widgets, right? So in the downsell, again, you have the same offer button widget. If you go below, you can see this is the offer button widget, and I've used it twice, right? Now, the only difference is when I edit this, you can see that at the beginning, it says select button type. For downsell pages, this is selected as downsell. For upsell pages, this would be upsell. Everything else works the same as you did with upsell. For one button, you need to set it to accept. For the other button, you need to set it to reject, so that people can, properly go through your funnel, all right, without any confusion. So the only reason you need to set the button time to downsell here is for analytics. If you don't set it correctly, then the analytics will be tracking the wrong data, right? For accuracy, you need to choose the button type as downsell for downsell pages and choose it as upsell for upsell pages. Okay, so once you're ready with this page, let's go back to the canvas. Now I pretty much am ready with this funnel, right? If you want, you can customize the thank you page for each journey. You have a different thank you page, so you can do that. Okay, but what I'm going to do now is let's go through this journey once to show you that this is working. So let's click on preview. And let's copy this and open it in a new incognito window. There you go. So this is the landing page, and I didn't customize the pricings over here. So this price doesn't look nice. This is not the right price. But obviously when you're going to create a funnel, make sure the landing page has the copy that matches the product you're offering. Let's click on purchase now, and it's going to take me to the checkout page. Okay. So here I need to fulfill the billing details. So I'll just, fulfill my information. I'm done there. So right now what I'm going to do is that I'm not going to choose the order bump. I'm just going to go through and accept this offer to see where it takes me. As per my funnel, if I'm not accepting the order bump, I should be getting the upsell offer. And one more thing I should point out, that you can see that this is the special discount that I applied in the checkout, and it's coming here as a discount. You can see that the original price has been reduced to $75. So this is not a discount that people will get in your traditional store. They'll only get it when they enter in this funnel. Okay. So now let's go ahead and click on place order. And it took me to the upsell page where I have offered an upgraded version of the microphone. I can accept this or I can reject this. Now remember, in the upsell, I've set it to replace the checkout product, right? So if I accept this, this should replace that one and people should be paying for this one only. So let's click on yes, I want to buy. And there you go. I'm on the thank you page. If I scroll down, you can see that initially I was charged for my first product, okay, which was $75, but this has been refunded. You can see this has been refunded and I have paid $0. So this is no longer there. Now I've been charged with this new order in the upsell, which is $100. So that's just how the upsell works when I use the replace option, all right? And it worked really smoothly. Now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to go back to the landing page and I'm going to try and placing an order by accepting the order bump. So let's try that. There you go. I'm on the landing page and let's click on purchase now. And now I'm on the checkout, and since I've just placed an order, I already have the information pre-filled. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to accept the order bump offer, and you can see this will be added to the cart right over here. Okay. And then I'm going to proceed to place the order. And there you go. You can see now, instead of taking me to the upsell page, it has taken me to the downsell page where I've offered the shock mount. And this one, I didn't include any replace option. This will just be added to the order. So let's click on yes, I want to buy. And there you go. I'm on the checkout page, and you can see that now I have the main order where I had the microphone and the pop filter. And then I have the offer added, which is a shock mount. So now I have purchased 3 products through this funnel. So that's how this funnel works. You can see that I have created a complete funnel with upsell and downsell offers using WPFunnels Pro, but that's not the end of it. Let me go to these 3 dots and let's go to analytics. And here you can see that it's showing me the analytics for each and every step I had. And it shows the conversions, the visits, the data of how my funnel is performing per step. Now, obviously, I can get this data in the canvas through stats, but we have additional data over here, such as the total gross sales, how many we got as an AOV, multiple orders. And you can see that how much money we earn through order bumps, how much money we earn through upsell, how much money we earn through downsell. And if I had any opt-in form in my funnel, then I would also see the number of leads over here. And here you can see there is a bar graph to show you how much you earn on different days in a week. Okay, so that's the analytics you get with WPFunnels Pro. You do not get this in the free version. And overall, this is very convenient. And I'm sure that when you start creating your funnels, the Pro plugin will make it more easy for you and give you all these exclusive features to run amazing funnel campaigns. Now, so far I've talked about all the Pro features when building the funnel, but we do have other Pro features in the settings. So let's go to the settings. And here you can see that we have a lot of menus here. With the Pro plugin, you get this option called Offer Settings. Let's go there. And here you can see all of these options for order management. So for upsell and downsell, we have different complications with different websites, right? In some cases, you do not want to offer one-click upsell. And in other cases, you just want to use one-click upsells, but you want to offer other payment gateways. So you can control a lot of that using this order management options. For example, you can see that create a new child order. This is something you can do, is that every time there is an upsell or downsell offer, you create them as a separate order in WooCommerce. That's something you can do. And for payment management, you can see that only show supported payment gateways during funnel checkout. Basically, if you use this feature, even if you have multiple payment options in your traditional WooCommerce store, in the funnel, you do not show that. You only show the ones that allow one-click upsells, all right? But if you don't use that, then for other payment gateways, it will not be one-click, but they'll still be able to get the upsell offer, all right? You can see that you can also skip upsell offers in case you do not want to exclude any payment gateways. So let's say you have offered a payment gateway that does not allow one-click upsell, but you want to offer that as an option in the funnel as well. So in that case, you can avoid offering the upsell and downsell, and they can just go through the whole process. And then you can also skip upsell downsell when you have free products offered in your funnel, because usually on the upsell downsell, they don't have any checkout option, right? So how will they pay for it? So you can offer a free product in the checkout and then go through it. But this is mainly used when you're using our global conditional funnels add-on, which allows you to, connect it to your WooCommerce store. So at that time, you really don't know what product people are bringing into the checkout. So that's when you want to skip upsell downsells only for free products, right? Now there is another option that you get with WPFunnels if you have the global funnels activated. Let me go ahead and activate that. Now once I've activated that, you can see in offer settings you have this new option called enable skip cart. So what this does is when you have a conditional funnel set up, you can skip the cart option in your WooCommerce store. So you can either do it for specific funnels or for your entire store. So let me show you. If you select this, you have the option to skip cart for the entire store. So it means that even in your WooCommerce checkout, people will not see the cart. When they try to buy a product, they'll directly go to the checkout page, or you can just choose it for the funnels you have created for conditional global funnels. All right, so that's another feature you get with WPFunnels Pro. Then comes events and other integrations. Basically here you can connect your Facebook Pixel and Google Tag Manager and then, configure them according to each funnel. All right, so first, you need to connect this to over here, and then you can configure for each funnel separately in the funnel settings, okay? Then you can also connect the Google Maps API key for Google Autocomplete feature. So whenever someone is in the checkout page, when they input a little 3 text about their address, their whole address suggestion comes up from Google, all right? So that's a very convenient feature you can use in your funnels. Another pro feature you get is the role management. Here you can actually allow access to other roles in your website to get access to WPFunnels. By default, WPFunnels is set up for admins only, but if you want, you can choose others to build funnels for you by assigning them a separate role manager. In that case, they don't get access to other plugins in your website, they just get access to WPFunnels through this role manager. All right, so that's just about it. Those are all the pro features of WPFunnels, and I'm sure using all of this, you can create conversion optimized funnels and get high results. Now, there's one more feature that I would like to show you in this video, which is an integration with Mailmin Pro. When you have Mailmin Pro and WPFunnels Pro together, you can set up email automations for your funnels based on personalized actions in the funnel. So let me just activate Mailmin Pro and then show you how this works. So what I will do is I'm going to edit the funnel I just created. And you can see that now once I have Mailmin Pro activated, I have this new option that says add automation. Okay, so let's say what I want is that in the checkout step, when someone does not accept the order bump offer, I want to send an email out to the customer. So what I can do is I can click on add automation, and here I can choose the starting point as, let's say, order bump is rejected. Okay, and then I can follow up by sending the data to Mailmin if I want to. by creating a contact and set this status to subscribed. So what I want is that when they go through checkout and do not accept order bump, they're automatically added to Mailmint, all right, for my leads management. And then I'm gonna assign them to a certain list in Mailmint, all right. So let's say new user, and then I'm gonna send out an email, all right. Now in this email, I can customize it however I want and send it out to the customer regarding this. So if they have rejected the order bump offer, then what I can do is I can send them an email by saying that, hey, I know you didn't accept this offer, but what if I give you an extra 10% discount on this? Would you like to go for it? So if they accept it, they can click on it and come back and pay for this separately, right? So that's something you can do with these emails. Even you have other options to set up a delay. So let's say you want to send this email out maybe after a day because he just purchased the product. So you can do that. You have this option. So you can create this whole automation journey over here. And if I go back, you can see that for the checkout, it says automation is running, which means that for this particular checkout step, I have created an automation workflow. If I want to make changes, I can click on this again and it'll take me back to that workflow window and I can make changes to that. So what this allows me is to create a complete sales funnel journey. I have the dedicated pages, I have email marketing automated for this funnel, and I can go ahead and start promoting this funnel right away to start getting results. Okay, so that's just about it. Those are all the advanced features you get with WPFunnels Pro. So if you're still using the free version, I highly recommend you go ahead and upgrade to the Pro plugin and then start using all these advanced features. I'm telling you, you do not want to miss the A/B testing feature. You do not want to miss the option to offer upsells and downsells after checkout. You do not want to miss the chance to customize your checkout with full control. So you have all of those in a single tool within WordPress. So I really recommend you go ahead and give this a shot. All right, so thanks for watching this video. If you face any issues, don't hesitate to write in the comments or send out an email to us or reach our support through our website. Okay, we really want the best for you. If you need advices or how you want to run the business, or if you have particular request for us to create videos, just let us know that, hey, this is something I'm confused about. Please create a video about it. We'll try our best to prepare something for you. Okay, so thanks for watching. I'll see you in one of my future videos. Take care.